Hi Leo, welcome to your October 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember, especially when we're talking about the monthly readings, because when I start to talk about the astrology of the lunations and where these are falling in a chart, this is literally from your ascendant first, more than anything else, and then your sun sign and then your moon sign, depending on what has the strength or the power in your chart. Like if you've got a stellium in your sun, in the house of your sun, or if you've got a stellium in the house of your moon, or, there's a lot of factors that play into this. But whenever I'm talking about astrology, you're looking at your ascendant first. So if you're looking at your month ahead reading, always check the ascendant, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, but always still relevant. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of 2022, this month you have, that feels good, the Seven of Pentacles. So you are working very hard on something over the course of this month, probably doing a lot behind the scenes. This is where for a lot of you, maybe you're putting the finishing touches on something. I am going to say this potentially could be a time where, like this month, you might find that your patience are sorely being tested. And this is probably because you have a lot on your plate. That Seven of Pentacles is, it really is going to see you digging into your skills. Maybe for some of you as well, this is going to see you reaching the limit of the skills that you have. I will say this would be a really good month to either find help, outsource, or get some sort of input or a second opinion on everything that you're doing. I would also say as well, because it's the it's the Seven of Pentacles. So it's really the seeds that you sow now that will bring gifts, blessings and abundance at a later date. But there's a lot of hard work happening for you guys this month. So I'm intrigued by that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Five of Swords. So look, there's a lot of wrangling back and forth, right? So for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be a time where maybe you're having a word with your boss to say, listen, I kind of feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or I'm unappreciated here. This could be because the Five of Swords can be about disputes or challenges. And it looks like the dispute or the challenge is because you're having to work so hard and maybe you're not feeling like you're getting enough in return for that hard work. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, or people that work for themselves, similar kind of energy. The only difference is you're going to be looking at who you want to work with, who you want to collaborate with, where the two meet in the middle, if it's possible that they do. This could also be where you're finalizing the details of something, and it's like, in order to do so, maybe you're having to pull rank or to get a little bit, this might be a month where you have to roar a little, all right? You got plant your paws and do a roar. For those of you that are and just in general, right, communication could be a little bit tense this month, and I kind of feel like the reason being is because, in your mind, you might feel like, why is no progress being made? There's no way I can work this hard and nothing be moving forward. And that might be the frustration from it all. Communication, if it's not about work, because obviously some of you are retired or maybe you're studying, this literally does suggest that maybe in the areas where you are having to communicate with people a lot or on a day-to-day basis, this could be where you're looking at things and why they're in a stalemate. Why are things just not seeming to move here? For your heart and hearth, you have the Six of Wands. So it's interesting, right? You got the 5, the 6 and the 7 here. So that's a run. Things are definitely speeding up this month. But I really feel like that's it. It's like things are gaining speed, gathering speed to get up to speed in order to move forward. That Six of Wands, for those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, you could be having some serious conversations this month. Maybe you're, having a little bit of a moment, but it's actually a good thing because that Six of Wands suggests that whatever conversation you have, whatever maybe intense conversation you're having, it's clearing the air. All right, so it's not holding you back, it's not an issue, it is actually giving you the ability to move forward with your partner by really talking about what needs to be talked about. For those of you that are single, look, I mean, this could be a good month for love. It is the Six of Wands after all. This, however, will be a lot more of a social month for you, and it really should be, and it needs to be. I am going to say, if you're going out and you're drinking this month, you could potentially get into a bit of a tiz-was with somebody, because, you know, tempers could be flaring and stuff. So just be mindful of that. And then for your money and materials, you've got the Empress card right next to the Six of Wands. This is some hard work and or effort that comes good, right? Your resources, your finances are absolutely stellar this month. It looks like you're spending money on your image, on how you look. Maybe you're doing something to beautify yourself. Maybe, I mean, especially with the Six of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, that could literally be like you are working hard on your body. So maybe you're ramping up your training regime, maybe you're getting a bit more strict with your diet. There's something here where you're really paying attention to the way that you look for when it comes, and you know, maybe that as well is a part of it, especially when it comes to your finances and your resources. A lot of you could be really starting to clean up your finances to get the resources more on track. This could be a time where you're starting to increase or enhance the financial, or the monies that are flowing to you could start to improve, which, you know, everybody's here for, of course, at this moment in time. For your weeks of the month, let's see what's going on. So for the first week of October, you have the Tower card with the Seven of Pentacles. This could be one of those moments where it's like, you know, maybe you lose your temper because something isn't moving as fast as you would like it to. I'm gonna say this to you this month, especially in this first week of the month, refrain from losing your proverbial ish, okay? Like, you need to keep a lid on it, you need to keep a hold on it. However, this coupled, because obviously you've got the Five of Swords in the communication, this might be a piece of information or a communication that comes to your ears where you kind of, you find it really hard to hold on to your temper. It's like, no, I have to say something here. So, you know, this could be a month where, like I said, you're probably going to roar. For the second week of the month, you have the Devil card coupled with the Five of Swords. Look, if you are going to bury a hatchet, let it be buried, all right? This month, you're going to have to find some way, maybe not even necessarily to forgive. It might just be a case of it's too much to hold on to this, or it's too heavy to hold on to this, and it's actually stopping me, or it's hindering me from moving forward. I say this because the Devil card coupled with the Tower card could literally be and especially because you've got this Five of Swords here, that could be like an explosive bust up. And it's like, because you've got the Devil card here, you refuse, like, once you've got a bee, I mean, we know this about Leos anyway, once we've got a bee in the bonnet, I'm a Leo ascendant, and I know once I've got a bee in my bonnet, oh mate, it's rare. I rarely get sort of that angry or go in for revenge, or that's not me as a person. But if I get a bee in my bonnet, it takes a while for me to let it go. You know, I've got a lot of fixed energy in my chart as well, so I'm really stubborn. And it is something that I, you know, spending my life trying to work on to be a better person. But yeah, this could be that. And it's like, in all fairness, because it's likely to be something that, you know, not maybe so much that you're justified, but it might be, it's something really, excuse me, it might be that it's something really hard to let go of, and so for that reason you're unable to let it pass, right? So this could be a whole week where everybody's like, okay, they're on one, just let them tire themselves out screaming and shouting about it. That's not going to be me. I'm way too refined for that, darling. For the third week. No, I jest. I don't get me wrong, I'd like to think I'm past all of that. Every so often I'll have a little rant about something, but it's rare for me to lose my temper at that point anymore. Now, that being said, this World card in the third week of the month, not only is it the change of season, so we'll be coming into Scorpio season at this point, you've got this with the Six of Wands. For those of you that are single, It looks like a friend, a family member, somebody that you care about. So, you know, somebody's going to try to set you up. Somebody is suggesting a potential partner to you. The funny thing is as well, I feel like this person is older than you. I feel like they're gonna, like, where maybe they've presented you with other people and you're like, oh, okay, this person's too young, or they're too immature, or they're whatever. And it's like, now you're just like, you know what, please stop trying to set me up. I don't need it. This time they could actually get it right. For those of you that are single and are aligning with someone this month, it's very likely to be that this person is older than you or potentially lives at a distance. This could be somebody that lives maybe in another country, but it could just as easily be somebody that lives quite far away in the country that you live in. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, you're surrounded by and celebrating with your loved ones this month, which is absolutely beautiful. This third week of the month, it suggests that there is a big get-together in some way to do with the family, which is nice. For your fourth week of the month, you have the Tree of Life. This is my favorite card in all of my decks, I have to say. Just because it represents divine intervention and assistance. It's kind of like the Fool card on steroids, you know, or the Wheel of Fortune on steroids, I guess you could say. This with the Empress, your finances, your money, your resources. There's some really powerful shift that's taking place with your money this month, and there's potentially a big boost to the income that's coming in. Now, for some of you, this could be through a partner's resources. So maybe a partner's getting a promotion of some kind. It could be that you're given a blessing. I have to say as well, now that I see this mix of cards, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of familial dispute that goes on where you're kind of bought into it, and it's like you have to kind of, you know, proverbially bang people's heads together and say, listen, enough, like, why are we doing this? What's the point? So for your lunations, on the 25th of October, we will have a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, which for you is in your fourth house of home, property. It's like the deepest part of your chart as well. And for that reason, it represents your deep emotional makeup and how your life or your people or your ancestry sort of really formed that for you. This could literally, so remember, eclipses unpack over 3 to 6 months. It's not just an event on the day and it's done. This could trigger a move for a lot of you. I know this probably won't happen for me because I've not long moved, so you already know this. But yeah, if you haven't and you've been waiting to, this could initiate a move for you. It could initiate a change of location. For some of you, this could be a pregnancy that comes in. For others, this could be maybe, you know, one of the kids is leaving home. Maybe all of the kids are leaving home to go to university or whatever it might be. There's some change here that's coming in on the familial level. And your card for that is the Gate 50 and responsibility. So your familial ties and or responsibilities are literally going to be a part of this month. So you will know straight away. And this is why I find it interesting. Even though the eclipse unpacks over time, pay attention to what happens the day before, the day of, and the day after, because that window tends to show you or tell you or at least reveal to you what is going to unfold over the next 3 to 6 month period. And for you, I think this is going to show you where your responsibilities are, or where you are going to be responsible for your family or even the home that you live in some way, shape or form. When it comes to your full moon, on the 9th of October, so around this time, that full moon is going to be taking place for you in your 9th house. If you work in a field like I do, this might not necessarily be the best time to be putting out content. It's definitely not a good moment to go live, just because the energy seems to be quite volatile. But a 9th house full moon, so you've got the Gate 48 and depth. All right, so a 9th house full moon is putting a spotlight on your faith, your beliefs, your belief structure, your religion if you have one. It could see you really discovering the secrets of your faith or your religious path, or certainly some of them. It could also be a time where you are interacting with things or people or places that are very much at a distance from you, especially for those of you that are single. You could be talking about this. You could be going to visit somebody that lives at a distance from you if you're single. If you're partnered, you and a significant other could literally be partnering up to maybe book a holiday. Maybe you're talking more about going elsewhere. For some of you as well, this is going to highlight to you where maybe not necessarily the gap in your knowledge is, but where it is that you feel like you would like to learn or to know more. Because this is like the house of higher goals and not higher goals. This is the house of higher education, philosophy, the broadening of your mind and your horizons through your intellect or your knowledge. And it's also, in the old world, it was called the house of God. A full moon here could absolutely bring you some kind of divine blessing. And my money is on it being something of a financial nature or a relationship nature if you are single. And potentially if you're partnered, you know, which could literally just be like a baby or something like that. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care and I'll see you soon.